Welcome to this week's edition of NFL Previews and Picks. This week, the Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, New England Patriots, New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, and San Francisco 49ers get the week off. An interesting anomaly for Week 7, at least one team in every game has a losing record. Now, on with the picks. At MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, the San Diego Chargers come in to play the New York Jets. In San Diego, you have a team that has lost some games it probably shouldn't have, and the Jets, who have yet to been able to get their ground and pound offense going. Seems like I have been pointing out a lot of veteran quarterbacks to the young Bucks lately. This game is no exception. While I do think Philip Rivers' temperament might get the best of him at times, the boy can sure play. Hey, Sanchez, sit down and watch when the Bolts offense is on the field. They have the running and passing game you so desperately want. Chargers win. At Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, the Chicago Bears come in to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Off to merry old England we go, actually, for another game of American football at Wembley Stadium. Tea and crumpets for everyone at halftime. Seriously, these two teams are fairly similar on offense. They have the ability to run on you, and then just when you are lulled to sleep, Jay Cutler and Josh Freeman can throw the bomb down the field. Haven't seen one of these games from England in a while, but it must be funny to watch the painfully civilized English people politely clap when Brian Urlacher comes in to sack Josh Freeman. Bears win. At Carolina Bank of America Stadium, the Washington Redskins come in to play the Carolina Panthers. Washington's John Beck steps in for the ineffective Rex Grossman this week as they face Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Both of these teams have potential all over the field. What they lack is consistency. Give them both a few years. Mike Shanahan has taken a lot of lumps over the past few years, but I'm guessing he still has some tricks up his sleeve. Skins win. At Ford Field in Detroit, the Atlanta Falcons come in to play the Detroit Lions. Detroit's offense is scoring more points and their defense is giving up less points than the Falcons. These two teams have similar styles. Whose star will shine brighter, Megatron or Ndamukong Suh? Matthew Stafford has managed to get to Week 7 upright. Amazing. Both teams have good aerial attacks. I think the Lions get back to their winning ways this week. At Cleveland Stadium in Cleveland, the Seattle Seahawks come in to play the Cleveland Browns. Here is a game that just last year might have headlined my unwatchable list. Okay, Seattle is still a work in progress. The Browns, however, are really making some noise this year. Colt McCoy and Peyton Hillis are continuing what they started last year. Tavares Jackson, Charlie Whitehurst, doesn't matter. Browns win. At Sun Life Stadium in Miami, Florida, the Denver Broncos come in to play the Miami Dolphins. Do you think it's a coinkydink that John Fox decided to make the change to Tim Tebow for the game where Tebow's Florida Gators are being honored by the Dolphins? Yeah, me neither. I'm a Tebow guy. Sure, he has several deficiencies which are magnified in the pro game, but he is also a winner and gives everything he has to his team. Not many guys out there you can actually say that about and mean it. They did trade away his number one receiver, which is a bit perplexing, but what do I know? The Dolphins will have more ammo to fire Tony Sparano after this week. Broncos win. At LP Field in Nashville, the Houston Texans come in to play the Tennessee Titans, an AFC South battle. You have only two teams that actually mean anything in the division this year. I mean, the Colts are Peytonless, and the Jags are, well, the Jags. Both of these teams have been playing well at times. Both teams want to run. Matt Hasselbeck has seemingly been reborn in Nashville. Close game here, but I think I'm still not sold on the Texans. Titans win. At Oakland Alameda County Stadium, the Kansas City Chiefs come in to play the Oakland Raiders. Carson Palmer got freed from the Bengals and will start this week for the Raiders. He and Coach Jackson have worked together before, so it should be a relatively easy transition for him back into the game. Of course, the Raiders are seemingly on a mission since the death of legendary owner Al Davis. The Chiefs, not so much. Raiders win. At Arizona University of Phoenix Stadium, the Pittsburgh Steelers come in to play the Arizona Cardinals. The Steelers have been playing better recently. Never any change with them. The running of Rashard Mendenhall, the defense of Troy Polamalu and James Harrison, the receiving tandem of Hines Ward and Mike Wallace, and of course the toughness of Ben Roethlisberger. The Cards got Kevin Kolb in the hopes he would spark their team. Not so fast. Steelers win, possibly big. At Mall of America Field in Minnesota, the Green Bay Packers come in to play the Minnesota Vikings. Ladies and gentlemen, the Christian Ponder era has begun in Minnesota, and just in time to play Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Sorry, kid. Rodgers, Matthews, Starks et al. Win going away. At Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the Dallas Cowboys welcome in the St. Louis Rams. The Rams have yet to live up to last year's promise, and the Cowboys are still trying to figure out what they really have in Tony Romo. I like Tony. I really do. But he has to start being more consistent to warrant being the Cowboys starter. I mean, that job is one of the most visible in pro football, and to be as inconsistent as he has been is not acceptable. The funny part is that the Cowboys still win this game. At the Superdome in New Orleans, the Indianapolis Colts come in to play the New Orleans Saints. Okay, back to my drinking game. Every time Archie is mentioned, take a shot. Every time Olivia Manning is mentioned, 2 shots. Every time Cooper Manning is mentioned, 3 shots. And every time Peyton is mentioned, run to the bathroom because you've been drinking a lot. Hey, Drew, get that Who Dat Nation psyched up because you've got another win. These Saints are better than most give them credit for. And finally, Monday night, the Baltimore Ravens come in to play the Jacksonville Jaguars at Everbank Field. You know, it seems like ever since Blaine Gabbert has taken over at QB for the Jags, he has had to play tough defenses. Well, Blaine, this week is no different. Meet Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Haloti Ngata. These guys want nothing more than to introduce you to the turf, over and over. On offense, the Ravens are just more experienced right now than the young Jags, led by Joe Flacco and Ray Rice. Ravens win. And there you have it, this week's NFL previews and